From the voice of Honest Trailers, it's Epic Voice Reviews, and read your comments at the end. Now in theaters. The theme today is crossovers.
Yeah, there was a lot of great crossovers this week. There were 3 of them. You had Batman vs. Superman, you had Superman and Flash, you had the Ninja Turtles, Transdimensional Turtles. So let's talk some crossovers. First off, Batman vs. Superman. From the director of A Cosplayer's Wet Dream comes the single greatest comic book to movie adaptation of all time. 5 stars. A must-see. Deadpool pales in comparison. The Trinity are finally together on the big screen for the very first time, and they rock hardcore. Speaking of rock, get ready for the single greatest villain in DC history, Doomsday. Created by Superman's favorite rival, Lex Luthor's son, also named Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg nails it. It was the part he was born to play. April Fools, gotcha. Yeah, it wasn't all that. That being said, it wasn't as horrible as most critics said it was. Yeah, it's got problems, but the problems lied with the editing and the villains. Somewhere in all that footage is actually a pretty good movie. But in the villains, Eisenberg went full Ledger. You never go full Ledger. I wanted a cold, cool, calculating villain, not the Joker. We already had that before. I say Heisenberg, not Eisenberg. Think of what we could have had if Bryan Cranston actually had been Luthor instead of Jesse Eisenberg, because he probably would have stood up to Zack Snyder and said, "No, this is not the way you play this villain." And it would have been great. His motivations behind why he wants Superman dead are weak, and Doomsday looks like something that was animated in 2000. It's just not very good. A lot of the film feels disjointed and sometimes redundant, like showing Batman's origin story again, and the forced future character intros. All that being said, there's a lot to be enjoyed in the film. The fights and effects are really awesome. Affleck turned out to be a pretty good Bruce Wayne and a pretty good Batman, but Wonder Woman stole the show. I censored this video for spoilers, but if you want to watch the spoiler-free version, click right here. There were some cool references such as Mask of the Phantasm, Dark Knight movie, Dark Knight Returns comic, The Killing Joke comic, Man-Bat, Darkseid and his Flying Bug Warriors, Mercy, Star Labs, Lana Lang, Stryker's Island, possibly Flashpoint, and possibly Brainiac. They're all alluded to. Now for the negative stuff. Opening redundant Batman origin story goes straight into a Jeep commercial. Batman's determined to kill Superman over the death of some guy named Jack, whoever that is, and with a possibility that Superman goes bad. PG-13 Lois Clark sex scene. Lex is a whiny shrill man baby. Why Batman and Superman hate each other is shallow. Perry White is goofy and spouts headlines throughout the movie. They introduce Mercy, then kill her off.
Even you got too old to die young, not for lack of trying.
Alfred's constant sarcastic comments. 89 throwback batsuit.
Who's that?
Clark's a reporter and doesn't know who Bruce Wayne is. Pre-battle conversation between Bruce and Clark is better than the actual fight, which is all CG. There's no security for Lex Luthor's data vault.
We're talking about a alien.
Neil deGrasse Tyson cameo. Lex's help you stand for something line to a man with no legs. Batman's multiple dream sequences. Batman's Apocalypse Dream is the best part of the movie. Batman uses guns. Lots and lots of guns.
You're not a killer.
Yeah, he totally is. Batman Rocky training montage. Of all the ways Batman could use kryptonite, he makes a spear. Chris Pine cameo. Creation of Doomsday is stupid. Weird conversation between Clark and his ghost dad. They tie the two together because their moms both have the same first name. They throw the spear into the water only to immediately go and get it back. Underwater scene with Lois is wide open for an Aquaman introduction, but instead Superman goes back to babysitting. Superman stands around in the ship waiting for Luthor to finish creating Doomsday instead of attacking. Doomsday King Kong reference on LexCorp Tower. The Cliff Notes version of the death of Superman. Do they kill off Clark so he can be Superman full-time upon his return? With an all-star cast from Daredevil, Man from U.N.C.L.E., Die Hard with a Vengeance, Xena Warrior Princess? I don't know. Zuckerberg, but on meth. Big Eyes, Field of Dreams.
I'm much too old for you know?
And the mom, who ironically was porked by Batman playing Superman in another movie. 3.5 stars. Still entertaining. Worth seeing in theaters. Batman v Superman. Rated PG-13. Even though the total time Batman actually versus Superman is about 10 minutes.
As seen on television.
Supergirl meets the Flash in the happiest, brightest DC thing I've ever seen. And as cute as it was, Batman v Superman was still more entertaining. Flash and Supergirl together, it was very fun and uplifting and happy and just, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't great. It definitely felt like a made-for-TV thing rather than a movie-quality thing, but it was made for TV. It is a TV show, so I expected that. However, because we don't have the context of what Flash is doing over here, I don't really know what's going on back in Flash's universe, what the metal thing on his chest was. I don't remember if that was referenced to previously in the season or whatever, but it was still a pretty fun episode. Although, if you think about it, Supergirl and Flash would have easily demolished Silver Banshee and Livewire. I mean, come on.
3 stars. Supergirl. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transdimensional Turtles was everything you ever wanted to see in a crossover. Featuring the original cast of Ninja Turtles, including Krang, perfectly ties the original show to the new show and to the original comic book.
The Ninja Turtles crossover was freaking spectacular. They alluded to the fact that Rob Paulson did both Raphael and he's the current new Donatello. They referenced the turtle power, the cowabunga and radical, the old 90s phrases. It was so great. It was so great hearing Krang again. That was just awesome because Pat Fraley was left out of the Turtles crossover the last time they did one. So it was really nice to see that back. Of course, we didn't get the Shredder because he's passed away. But it was still a really great show. They cross over into the 2D world and they cross over into the 3D world. So much fun. You can watch it on demand. You can watch it on Nick's app and on their website. So definitely check out the Transdimensional Turtles episode.
5 stars. A must-see. TMNT on Nickelodeon. Be sure to support this channel at patreon.com/epicvoiceguy and get all your awesome Ripped Apparel t-shirts in the links in the description below. And now it's time for your comments. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. Happy birthday, Asthma and Basma. If a person dies and comes back as a ghost during an opera, does that make them a Phantom of the Opera? My review of Batman vs. Superman. This is why Superman works alone. The power of Patty compels you to watch another movie. If you like this video, share it and click subscribe. Click here for more epic voice reviews. Click here for more imitation gaming videos.